What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, the hype episode 349, Topps Chrome Day. Celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's open some boxes. Let's get in some breaks. This guy's going to be leaving us early because he's going to be getting in some Topps Chrome. Super excited to chase those color blasts or whatever they're called now.
Oh, God.
You know,
Oh, there it is. The first
Shots
call
fired.
in the Helix color blast.
Oh,
It's
I thought they were called ultraviolet, but maybe I just dreamt that.
No, that's a different one.
That's
the one with the fat head on there,
Yeah,
but they made it a little smaller this
that
year.
Helix doesn't look anything like a color blast.
No, not at all.
No,
no,
I
not
can't.
at all. Not at all.
Not
What's a
even.
color blast?
Not
Never
even,
heard of it.
Not even close.
But we'll get into that at the at part of the show. We're going to talk about Topps Chrome checklist, some of the new additions, what you guys think, what we think. We're going to talk about Livy Dunn. Paul Skenes. We're going to talk about him and his cards as well. We've got some composite football talk. New release from Topps Football, first football product coming out under the Fanatics umbrella. First Topps football product since 2015. So that's exciting. We also have our 150 box break. 150box.com, 150box.com to get your info, your spots. We also have a few $500 coupons left. So if you're interested in getting that break, which is a PYT, there's still some big teams left. Yankees are still out there. Angels are still out there. You're going to get those for 150 boxes. 19 years, starting at 1980 Topps. We go through all the good stuff. There's even a case of Topps Chrome in there. There's a case of Tier 1. There's Definitive from 2018. There's 2018 Bowman with Ohtani. 2018 Definitive. 2023 Definitive. List goes on and on and on. 150box.com to find the info. Get in. All of us here, the Hype crew, will be doing the break on Fanatics Live on Friday, 2 Pacific, July 19th. So if you're interested in one of those remaining $500 off codes, hit us up through Instagram, and we will get you that code so you can grab one of those teams. I think there's the Rockies are $1,200. So you get $500 off, almost 50% off, and you get 150 boxes. We also are guaranteeing you a Fanatics authentic item for your team as well, whether it be a jersey, mostly jerseys that are full licensed jerseys with some superstar autographs on there. So this break is going to be insane, so get in on that, 150box.com. Even if it's too rich for your blood, come join us on Fanatics Live on Friday, and yeah, it's going to be insane. How happy are you guys for Topps Chrome Day? Let's start with C-Rad.
You know what? Topps Chrome, for most years, it always depends on the rookie class for me, of how excited I am. But ever since Fanatics kind of took over all the brands and stuff and added all these stuff like what we're going to talk about soon here, the Helix and stuff like that, it's been a much more enjoyable product, I would say, in the last few years. And it really was dependent on previous years if it was good rookie class or not. Because some rookie classes, they're not as good as others for Topps Chrome specifically. But this year is looking like it's going to be some heaters, man. I saw some early stuff come out of there that's look crazy. I haven't opened any myself yet. Obviously, you guys can join me tonight on Mojobreak.com. But, I'll be watching this tomorrow. You can join me tonight on Thursday. I'll be breaking more Topps Chrome for you guys. But, yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting a bunch of super fractors this year. Yeah, hopefully get some nice Helix blasts.
And I know we have Paul Skenes to talk about first, but we'll do Topps Chrome first, and then we'll hit it and follow it up with Paul Skenes doing that All-Star Game stuff and being historic, and some of his prices being historic. I wanted to ask Dan. It seems like in prior years, you're an OG, just like all of us in this room, that there wasn't a lot to Topps Chrome other than the refractors, the autographs. Very few inserts.
The old meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes, but it seems like, they've always put a lot of marketing efforts behind Series 1, right? Series 2 as well. Mm-hmm. It seems like Topps Chrome is now becoming that staple product that they are putting a lot of their marketing efforts behind. Is that safe to say?
Sure. I agree with that. I do like the extra added inserts and short prints they've been doing, which adds value to the product. Being a breaker, this is hard to say. I don't know if I love the inclusion of the breaker SKU. I've always been kind of against making specific flagship products directed for fast strips for breakers. The Jumbo and Hobby, no problem. Because the issue is the Legends, the Legend autograph set, you can't get those. You can only get them in one SKU. You can only get them in the Breakers SKU. You can't get them in the hobby and jumbo, which I think is kind of a bummer.
Okay, let me ask a question because I haven't super deep dive into the checklist. I know that the Legend SKU or the Legend subset is exclusive to Delight, but are there Legend autos in a different subset in the regular hobby and jumbo?
I don't think
Not
so.
exactly sure. No, we are 100% confirmed that those are only in the Breaker Delight SKU.
Yeah,
Legend
I've seen it.
autos.
I've seen it. I've
Yeah,
seen
they
it.
advertise it on the actual sell sheet.
Yeah, it's on the sell sheet, and I've seen a lot of TikToks about it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's where I get my info now.
Yeah,
That's where I get
right.
my.
the
That's
bummer
where I
is
get my late breaking news.
Yeah.
I need to get on TikTok, man.
Yeah, it's how I learned how to fix a toilet, and it's also where I learned
TikTok?
the Topps Chrome check.
Learn how
yeah.
to fix toilet, learn how to
You
clog a
know.
toilet.
Right. Well,
steamed broccoli. If you want to make some asparagus,
sure.
you go to TikTok and they show you how to do it.
Yeah.
But I was going to say that the one thing that does suck about that too is that they start previewing these, months ago, right? We've seen the Griffey, we've seen the Ichiro, because they're doing a better job of showing off
Sure,
cards now.
100%,
They're
yeah.
doing a way better job. I mean, Eric Whiteback, formerly Eric Whiteback Collectibles Guru, is now heading up Topps' marketing team. He's doing an amazing job of getting card pictures out and info out. But I mean, if you're a buyer and like a lot of people pre-sell stuff, and you're like, I really want that Griffey, you bought a jumbo box thinking that you're going to have 3 autos, to find out later that it's not on the checklist. I think that should be a little bit more upfront, and maybe it was, but I didn't know about it for sure until like this week.
I didn't find out about that till super late as
I
well.
mean, you could also
through social media.
just try to spread out. I know you want to add value to the breaker SKU, but why couldn't you include the Legend autographed in all SKUs?
Right.
I mean, including the retail SKUs, including the Mega, Monster, Blaster.
Yeah, because I mean, if we look at last year's release, the Delight version was ultra popular last year as well, and I don't necessarily remember if the Legend set was exclusive last year.
I think it was.
It was.
it was.
It was.
It just wasn't as heavily advertised. 'Cause
No, it was
a lot of
kind
people
of
are talking
a-
about it way more this year.
I
Yeah.
think because they saw it last year, and they realized that those were only going to be coming out of the Breaker Delight. It's an easy topic to talk about
Yeah.
pre-release going into it. Like, hey, this is going to be a great product. By the way, I mean, and this is social media for you. By the way, let me tell you everything that's negative about it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to focus on.
Sure.
And that's what we're doing here on the show. Well, that's what, at least what I'm doing.
Right. Last year, they didn't use it as a selling point. It was kind of like the first time we ripped it, we're like, oh, so this is one a case. Okay. We kind of like started to realize that's what was
And I
happening.
want to say
and
it's
it was-
one every other case.
And they're
now.
not. The
It's
thing
one
is,
every
too,
other. I thought it was.
Is it one?
Well,
Is
they
it really?
lowered
So
the
if you want-
quantity down because last year, if you remember, the Breakers Delight SKU was 10 box cases.
Okay.
And now
okay,
there's 6.
okay.
So I guess that would make sense if it was every other SKU if they're using
Okay.
the same amount of.
Yeah.
One in every
And
2
you've-
cases, one in every 2.5 cases, something like
Yeah.
that.
I also want to remind. I mean, this should be Topps Chrome generally. Like when we talked about before, Fanatics owned them when it was just Topps. Topps Chrome generally, what kind of like made it good some years and not others. It was that it really was about just the rookie autograph.
Sure.
Like you're getting a bazillion of the same rookies over and over in previous years, right? And then I don't recall ever pulling like a big name vet from Topps Chrome if they even did add it
No.
in Topps Chrome in years.
Never when
previously.
Topps was by themselves.
So it is a new thing that they added. Obviously, they wanted to get it's a new thing that they added with the Legends Auto, and they've attached it to the Breakers SKU. So that's something to keep in mind. Like they've never had Legend Autos before the last 2 years here for Topps Chrome.
I mean, I get putting it in the breaker SKU. Let's obviously talk about the breaker SKU, right? It's going to be a breaker that's probably going to open it on camera. It's going to be free marketing going out. There's going to be reels that are going to be able to be produced from that break.
Yes and no. I mean, the shop was able to buy some, and I saw somebody
Very little.
Mojobreakshop.com for our local shop that was selling Chrome today. We were in the shop and having a meeting, and I saw somebody buy a Delight box.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess if you're one of those conspiracy theorists that thinks that breakers get all the best boxes, then maybe you buy the Delight to think that you're going to do the best odds. That's what I want to hear like a week from now is which SKU do people like the best, and obviously we're going to have a small sample size even a week later, but is the jumbo producing more excitement? Is the hobby producing more excitement? Is the Breaker Delight producing more excitement? Which one are people going to like the most? And I think that's the beauty of the product is
From
to
what standpoint?
find out.
The collector or the breaker?
Probably more so for the
Shipping
collector,
or
like
shipping department.
Yeah.
All the shipping departments across all the breaker
Please, more
organizations.
delight.
Which one do you prefer, Joe Shipper?
Yeah.
Breaker Delight.
Yeah.
They're like, I want more hobby cases that are broken down by player. I don't like the Delight. I want. Where's
It's
that?
too easy.
Where's
Where's
that
the challenge?
Where's that shipper?
Where's the challenge?
Where's the challenge? Anybody can sort 10 cards. I'm here
I
to
do that
sort.
in my sleep.
I'm here to sort 70,000.
That's right.
Well, I was gonna say if you get paid per piece, then you like the Breaker Delight.
card?
But if you get paid per hour, you're probably like, give
We
me
should
the jumbo.
Start paying our shippers per card sorted.
Per car sorted. Yeah, run up a big bill.
Someone's gonna be like, hey, how about some like 4K score football? Let's do it.
It'll be
Bring it on.
It'll be like a artist on Spotify. You get like 1/100th of a penny every
true,
card that
right.
you
That's
every
what
card
it
you
would end up
sort.
being. Yeah.
So you get 1 penny for every 100 cards you sort.
Yeah.
That'd be hard to keep track.
Yeah. It's like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's like what Taylor Swift makes like $37 off Spotify. Every
We
year or
need those
something.
things.
And
Since,
she's like probably making the most.
Right.
since Cody's got the umpire hat on, we probably need one of those clickers to count how many cards.
That's
you know,
right.
Like, you have,
It's my job.
like a doorman.
It's my job.
Nah,
I'm doing
I'll
I'm baseball's version of Rob Lowe today. That's
No,
what
and
that's what it's
I'll
Tough
just
Chrome Day. So.
I'll run the analytics on the honor system. I'll just go up and be like,
Yeah.
how many cards you sort today? They're all 8 million. Well, sounds about right.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me. So yeah, so see what you guys like as far as what skew. And I mean, I opened a box last night. You can see it on Mojobreak Media. Uploaded this morning, and it was fun. A lot of variety in each pack. There's always an insert in each pack. I did the jumbo variety, 3 autos. I got an orange wave auto. I got a Heston Kierstad auto. It was fun. It was a fun rip. I had a good time doing it. And you guys can win some of those cards if you watch that video here on Mojobreak Media as well. But we'll see some more stuff coming out today. C-Rad's going to probably pull a Superfractor tonight.
Yep.
Maybe get that Ken Griffey for somebody tonight as well.
Get that Superfractor Helix.
I'm
That's
gonna
what
get
I'd like to see.
I'm gonna pull the Superfractor Helix Color Blast of
go.
Ellie
So-
De La Cruz.
Flash color
Do we
blast.
know what the odds are on those? Those aren't one per case,
You know,
right?
I have it. I had it here. I don't think
They call
so.
it a case hit, but I bet you it doesn't fall.
I
in
No.
don't
every
think it
case.
is. Yeah, I think it's harder to get than that.
You know
I'm
what?
looking right now.
Let's talk about some pet peeves in the hobby. Like there's like a lot of cards that people call case hits, but I'm like they don't even come out every case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
Right.
any-
Isn't a case hit a guaranteed in each
Yeah, it
case?
Yeah,
should be
it
in
should be.
Sometimes case hit.
like the Bowman anime. That is every case.
That's a case hit. Yeah.
So by the way, no, it is not a case hit because it also looks like
We should be calling it go back.
there's
old
only
school.
the 101 version.
there's only one of one. They're all super fractals.
No, there are base versions.
no, there's
There
base
are,
and
okay.
Superfractor. That's
Yeah.
it.
Because all their
Super short
advertising
prints is what we like to
super-
call them. That's
Super short print.
the correct terminology. Don't call
Right.
it a case hit.
Yeah, super
Yeah,
short
it's
print.
an
Call it a
SSB.
super short print.
Yeah, and it's color blast. Let's just
What?
let's
well,
just be honest.
okay, pump the brakes.
It's color blast.
Helix
Right,
Blast.
All-
not the same
okay,
card.
Okay,
It's
and
a
look,
Helix Blast. Bro.
I agree. I agree with everything that was said. I think the set this year is loaded. I think the cards look great. It's a great rookie class. I think across the board, I'm really excited to rip a box just for myself.
How excited?
I'm very excited.
Oh, it sounds like it.
Are you
That
going
said,
hobby, jumbo, or delight?
I'll probably go hobby just because
Oh,
it's
okay.
more of most. Just
I'll
just
probably rip a jumbo box next week at the National.
Yeah. I want to. I mean, if I could, I'd be like, I'll probably grab a Break Delight. If money wasn't enough, if I was like not worried about what I'm spending, I would probably grab.
So
a
you
Break
like
Delight.
just less cards?
Yeah, that's right.
The jumbo
cards.
version is the one that entices me with the 3 autos
The 3 autos.
and with a bunch of chance of base. You know what I mean?
So all this said, though, all that talk about a year or two ago, Top's like, we got to innovate. We got to do things different. Things are, it's been the same all
I
for
see
so
where you're going
long.
with this.
And what have we seen?
Well, the
Color blast.
Yeah.
Oh, football, composite football. Bro, that's Chronicles. That's all I'm saying.
It's like
I have a lot of good
what do you
to say,
want?
but
It's like
that's all
a
I'm
three.
saying.
It's a 3x5 piece of cardboard with a photo on it. It's like, what do you
So much.
what do you want them to do with it?
I'm just.
Want
Well,
like-
Cody's upset because they replaced the taco fractors with helixes.
That's frankly what it is.
That's really what it is.
Taco Fractor was unique.
It
no
was.
one was doing Taco Fractor.
Nobody was.
We're all doing. Everyone's got Helix or Color Wheel or whatever.
Color wheel.
The color is
trying to-
different. Sorry.
I'm on the
That's-
odds. I'm
that's a
on the
different
odds
card.
page right now. I'm trying to find the helix on the odds page, and I cannot
So there's
seem
a-
to decipher.
They did
all of these
release
words.
a sort of fact page for Helix today. There is not really anything here. The combination of rarity and bold visual design
Yeah,
makes
if
these
you can't
inserts
find the
remarkable.
odds, you're probably not going to hit one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. My hope is that it's like falls like once every 10 cases or so, like the color blast itself.
The Let's
I think
Go
they're
is the Let's Go on the Chrome Hobby is 1 in 14,000 packs for
yeah,
Hobby.
Let's Go was always a rare one. That's definitely was a rare one every year.
And there's only 15 subjects for that one. And there's only, it looks like there are 5 rookies for the Helix. Ellie, Jason Dominguez, Evan Carter, Jordan Lawler, Pete Crow, Armstrong are your 5 rookie subjects.
Nice.
Does anybody care about Jason Dominguez anymore?
I do.
Doesn't
I
seem
think
like it.
I think so.
I do.
Right?
Why wouldn't we
think so.
care about him?
It's just
he's a
'cause
Yankee.
yeah.
He's a Yankee, and he could hit homers.
So the thing that I think kind of like took the wind out of everyone's sail when you like Doug's alluding to, if you are feeling that way, is that he was supposed to come back from Tommy John surgery mid-season. He was going to slot right into center field with Judge and Soto right there, but they sent him back down to AAA instead.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we're doing fine without him right now.
I can answer Doug's question.
I think it's going to change, though.
I can answer Doug's question.
Let's hear it.
The Yankees are the first team to sell every single time in Topps Chrome.
There you go.
It's because Jarek Jeter.
There you go.
In all SKUs.
He's also what, 20? Like he's still so young that he gets called up in August. If Alex Verdugo, who's the guy blocking him, which honestly he shouldn't be blocking him, it should be Dominguez starting. But if Verdugo has a cold streak, they will call up Dominguez. He'll be starting. And
well,
then
I'll be at the National. If everybody's trying to liquidate their Jason Dominguez cards,
he
like,
might be a great buy if
hit
his
me
stuff
up.
is low.
Hit me up. I'm a buyer.
Yeah.
But I'm buying 3% of comps.
3%.
Not
Yeah.
It's a
not
fair-
I'll buy- I'll-
one
hey,
not
I'll-
one percentage point
I'll
higher.
do
deal.
better than Dan. I'll do 6.5% of comps.
Okay.
Well, didn't his Superfractor sell for like $500,000?
Yes, it did.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I
I'll
guess.
do
Whoever's holding that one.
5% and a hot dog and a soda from the concession stands.
Yes.
Good point in the chat. Do they have Kevin Hart in Topps Chrome? Is there Kevin Hart?
I would not be
haven't seen it
surprised
yet.
on these. I would not be surprised based off that question. Topps does these things. I wouldn't be surprised we open up more Topps Chrome and we see some weird stuff that we haven't seen before.
Easter eggs, they call
Yeah,
it.
Easter eggs.
eggs.
Yes.
So are we cool with the Helix? Or are we like
It's
you're,
fine.
you're copying? I mean,
As a big fan, you guys know I love that white color blast. Like I have no issue with Topps implementing their own version.
So many other designs that they could have copied.
It's a
But they-
it's a really good looking card. That's I'm just kind of picking on him for the
If-
whole like we're gonna do.
I
this
gotta
and
see
then
them. I gotta see my for
Yeah,
myself.
I haven't seen it in person, so I don't know.
Right.
It might look like
I look like crap.
I gotta see.
Might look
I
like,
gotta
you
see
know
it in
what I'm saying?
person.
Will.
that might look like this. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
gotta,
it will.
I gotta see it in person, and then I can truly judge it. And I'm sure even if I don't pull one this week, I'm sure we can get a look at it next week at the National. Somebody
Somebody's
will
gonna
have them.
one. Yeah, at least in that whole building.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of inserts, I want to make this more of an industry-wide question. Like, I was just thinking about the other day, right? Everybody, it seems like definitely the younger generation of collectors is all about that downtown kaboom, Zoom, which I didn't even know Zoom was a thing, but Zoom's a
Whammy.
thing. Zoom and
Whammy.
Zenith. Whammies.
Zoom.
Yeah, it's in Zenith. I don't know if people collect them.
Yeah,
Zooms.
Zooms.
Zooms. They're like a clear thing. It almost looks like a Noise Boys from back in the.
Ooh, I
back in
love
the
the Noise
Yeah,
Boys,
it kind of looks like
yeah.
a Noise Boys.
Hell yeah.
But my question is okay. Let's say hypothetically, Panini no longer makes anything but soccer, and we're sitting here 2035. Are people still going to be collecting downtowns, knowing that there's not downtowns coming out anymore, kabooms coming out? Because I feel like the older stuff is propped up a lot of the times by, oh, did you see what the Webanyama or the
Well,
Webanyama, and then
Well, do people collect PMGs?
there's an underground belly of that, but there wasn't so many of them made.
Yeah, but PMGs still have. I mean,
There's only 10 of them that people want.
But any of the PMGs from the original
Of
era
any
of stuff,
player.
yeah, like they go for an insane amount.
Yeah.
but there's
any
so
player.
many of them though. Like 10 years from now, is it going to be kabooms? Is it going to be downtowns? Is it going to be zooms?
I think
Is it
they'll
gonna
hold their
be-
value. I don't think they're going to get to a point where they're like 10xing, 20xing.
No.
Because Doug's right. Like
They made a lot of them.
there is a Kevin Durant kaboom for how many years? How many different ones can you come out with?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked this question. And the best way, I always tell people on the stream, when you guys break with me, you guys know I say this all the time too when we talk about inserts, rare inserts. You got to look at the inserts. Obviously, people love the kabooms. They love the what's the other one? The other inserts. The
Color Blast.
Color Blast downtowns.
Downtowns.
Yeah.
You got to look at the ones that are actually legitimately rare for long-term prospect investments. So the Color Blast, even though you guys don't prefer them, like you guys don't like them that much, the fact that they only fall once in every 10 cases, those are legitimately rare.
Very, very rare.
Like especially speaking for somebody that opens like tens and tens of hundreds of cases, and then like obviously you do have to factor in like what people actually like as well design wise. So that is a factor. But I think for me more importantly is the rarity, and then is it a cool looking insert as well.
Well, because I just feel like say for example, you're opening 2023, 24 optic, or actually it would be in Panini 1, and you get the 1-in-1, and you get the downtown Web and Yum, and you're like, these are the coolest looking cards. Like, and that reminds you, like, I'm a Tatum collector. Did he have one, right? So you're not going to have that going forward of like a new rookie makes guys go to eBay to look for their favorite players downtown. You're going to lose that because there's not going to be momentum every year.
Yeah, but what about all those specific Jordan inserts? Like you said, like the Noise Boy stuff, like what those
But
specific.
that's Jordan, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think Exquisite survives and is so, like, vouted if there wasn't that era of Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. You know what I mean? Like, if there was an era of just, like, the years before all of that, like, from, like, 86 to, like, there was years that there was, like, just, like, no good rookies, right? So it's like, those survived. They made what, probably 2% of what they make now, especially on the high end Exquisite. They didn't
That's
make
true.
that much.
That's true.
So, chat, what if there's unlicensed Color Blast? And that's going to be a challenge because the PA licenses are going to be owned by Fanatics too. So they're going to have to work out individual deals with each player to beat a photo of them in said product.
Well,
so,
and that player can't be a part of the Players Association.
Right.
I think, I don't know if he is now, but Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah. which
not a part of the Players Association.
No, he came to an agreement.
Okay,
so
he did.
So
that would be like
he can't
one
be
of
included.
that would be one of the few ways of, say, a current player is not part of the Players Association. Manufacturer that doesn't have the license for the Players Association could work out a deal with that said player, but that insert would only be that said player.
right. And that's why, like, Donruss, I think, released today, right? Did Donruss Baseball release
Yes.
today?
It
I thought it was,
did.
I thought it was Friday.
It might
Today.
be Friday.
And they got
Is it
Paul.
today?
They got
Is
Paul.
this today?
Paul Skenes is in there, but that's
their
because
big push, yeah.
because they made the deal when Paul Skenes wasn't part of the Players Association, so they're able to put that out retroactively. That's why when you see any Panini baseball product now, it's only prospects or legends. So what they've done is they've worked out a deal with George Brett to put him in there.
I'm also curious. This is almost a little bit off of a tangent, but how is that going to work now? Because I get how it worked in the past, where they're not part of the MLB Players Association. We can, while they're in the minors, we can use it. But now, does it change at all that the minor league players have their own Players Association?
I don't
Is
think
it-
so.
Okay.
Baseball specifically, I think they can still make prospect-based products with legends in it.
Right.
But once I think once, like, so they could probably have, what I'm assuming is that Paul Skenes is like, all right, we have Paul Skenes, we're going to have him in 5 sets. He's not part of the Players Association. He signed off on that. He's getting paid for his likeness. But the moment he signs with the Pirates and he's pitching, there could not be any further deal signed that doesn't involve the Players Association for his likeness for trading cards.
Might be something to look to keep an eye on now, that because it's only been 2 years that the minor league baseball as Players Association has existed. They unionized a couple of years ago, so might be something that come around in a couple of years. They might be like, hey, we need to hammer out our own deals.
I do
as
believe,
prospects.
without a doubt, that Panini is making far less baseball products.
Oh yeah.
Like each SKU. Like Donruss comes out, they're probably making 50% less than they were making
Gotta be.
previous years
Yeah.
because
Gotta
like
be.
I mean also based on our allocation, like we're not getting a ton of it. Like I don't think anybody's getting a lot of it.
Like 5 cases.
But
I got offered more, but I was like, do I really want more?
you know, it's crazy because when this first happened and they did lose their Players Association license and it was going to be only prospects and legends, there was a lot of people that were like, I don't see the value in it. But because they're making so few cases as they were before, there actually is value in it.
Yeah.
yeah, because
So
they actually can load it up.
they
too.
can load it
Yeah,
up because
if you-
you're
If you want to be a super collector of a player too, especially a guy like Paul Skenes, that a lot of people are going to try to be, like, yeah, it's a selling point.
But
to-
is
to-
that obviously that business model is probably not sustainable for overall growth?
Yeah.
Right, and then you run into if you're trying football. I mean, now with the NIL and all the collegiate licenses being pretty much owned by Fanatics too, I don't know what direction they would even go to make a football product unless they just go after Barry Sanders, Joe
You,
Montana,
uh,
all the individual legends.
Who's got? Is it the UFL? Is that the XFL and the
USFL?
USFL? Is that the merged leagues? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
I
Do we need
mean-
to get Shane in here?
I mean, yeah, right. Yeah, he would be. Well, no,
knows.
he's only indoor of IFL. That's all he knows about.
No, if it's a league that nobody really cares about, he's
Right.
locked
That's
in.
true. I'm talking about the one that there's like there's a slight chance the NFL might be like, we'll use this as a developmental.
Now, could you spin that into getting the Rock autos? Because
how you would do it.
isn't he the owner or part owner of that
Yes.
league?
Yeah, he is. That's what you would do. And there's coaches that are notable
Then
there.
those would be case hits.
Look, it would be The Rock would be your number one hit. Number two, Jeff Fisher autos.
Hey,
So
when you got Doug's dad on a card,
Yeah, Jeff Fisher, baby. And then basketball, forget about basketball. Same thing as football. They can't. I mean, you know, these guys are getting signed. Deals are getting signed. Cooper Flag's probably already got a Fanatics, I think, you know, exclusive deal
Who?
in the works.
He
Cooper,
probably got signed last year,
Cooper
too.
Flag.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
was that the number one pick?
He's going to be the number 1 pick next year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, he's still
next
in
year. I
college.
thought so. I was like, I know that name. I'm like, boy, did I not pay
Anytime-
attention to the draft
You-
that
yeah,
much
well,
this
you
year?
know a guy's
didn't
going to be
Yeah.
hyped up if they talk about him the year before.
Yeah.
Some years that doesn't happen. Like, it didn't
Like
happen
this
this
year.
past year.
no,
this
nobody.
year
Like, you didn't hear about anybody from
Besides Bronny, but
Yeah.
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 Which, yeah, Jalen Brown doesn't believe. Did you see that clip of Jalen Brown going viral?
yeah, I
No.
saw
Sitting
it.
courtside.
I know.
With Angel Reese was there.
He already came out with an apology, though. Not a really apology,
he
but a
was like,
statement.
Hey, it was a very like, hey, everybody who made it to this league has got a chance. Like, okay, bro. Like, you could clearly see him turning to them and be like, I don't think Bronny's a pro.
No, yeah, he's all.
Like,
it was
very
like it's like
clearly,
he
I'm
ain't-
not a good lip
he
reader.
ain't got it.
Yeah,
He ain't got it.
jeez.
yeah, it's tough.
But I mean,
But the father-son dual combo cards that are going to come out this year.
Jalen Brown's good.
He's a champion.
I don't think anybody is.
he's a
I
finals
don't think anybody
MVP.
is like. I think Bronny's going to come in probably be about as good as Jalen Brown.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody said that.
but to go out of your way to be like, I don't think he's a pro. Is like, well, if he's like, I think he's a bench warmer. He'll
Yeah,
be in the
because his
league.
girlfriend was like, maybe he could be in the
Yeah.
G League. He was like, nah.
Kissry I can't say her
Jalen Brown
last name.
playing a
She's
lot of
WNBA
G League
player.
pickup games. Does he know like what the
What
competition
the
is
talent
down
level
there?
is. But what do we think about these other? I mean, before we move on from Topps Chrome, I mean, Frozen Fractors are back.
They're back.
The award winners are back. There's what, 4 cards? There's the 2 Cy Youngs and
So
2 MVPs.
it is the 2 Cy Young. Well, so no, I think it's 6 because you got the 2 Rookies of the Year, the 2 Cy Youngs, the 2 MVPs, and there are. I don't know if they're numbered, but there are only 23 of these cards for each.
In existence.
version.
And I'm assuming we're still having the like the buyback program, right?
Correct.
We
Buyback
just,
program. Still
we just
there.
don't. Well,
So
I
who's
mean,
that judge?
Shohei.
Shohei and Acuna.
No, I'm saying.
Just right now.
yeah. Who is
that?
It's probably Judge Otani again.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
Unless
I don't think it's gonna be Acuna.
Well, that's the
No, it
Yankees
won't be.
prices right there.
Yep.
yeah, I don't even a Gunner.
That's part of it.
And Witt might be
No,
guys
I-
who
no,
you could
Shohei-
make it a- No, I'm
No,
talking AL.
it's just
AL.
going to be the same guys every year for these buyback cards.
I know. No, it's Otani. Otani would be the first DH to ever win it if he wins it
Ever?
ever.
Ever?
No D ever. No DH. Now,
Forever.
now you have the DH in the National League. It's more likely to happen now that a DH is going to eventually
There's
win
never
an
been a
MVP.
DH
Never.
in the AL that's won
MVP.
MVP.
Never.
Wow.
Never ever. Oh,
Forever,
I want to say
ever?
David Ortiz got
Never?
really close. Travis Hafner got surprisingly close.
Frank Thomas, maybe?
Frank Thomas got. He wasn't a DH the year he
Oh,
won.
okay.
first base.
He was first
Yeah.
baseman. Yeah, but you're right. That would have been the guy. Edgar Martinez. You could
You're
say, probably
telling
got close.
me that the year that Frank Thomas won the MVP, he did not DH one
He
time?
was- Well, he was not a primary DH. He was
First
not
baseman.
primarily the DH.
did not
that year.
DH one
He
game.
he was the first baseman.
And
for
apparently
the
there's some
Chicago.
super short printed buybacks from last year that are signed. So Otani and Acuna. So I guess there would be a little bit of value if you're looking at the Angel spot that you have a chance to
yeah.
hit those.
Yes, absolutely.
There
Because
you
all the
go.
other cards are Dodgers. So.
Go find those cheap Angels and Brave spots.
Rookie of the year in the NL, Paul Skenes.
It's probably Paul Skenes, which is crazy because it's a good rookie class.
Really good.
It is a
class,
really
yeah.
good rookie class, and Skenes running away with it. After
Elliot
As a
Ramos.
pitcher.
Elliot Ramos is eligible.
Oh, he's eligible. Okay.
He'll,
as
he'll
a
probably be a
freaking
top three
pitcher.
finisher.
Man,
It's crazy.
you got to be right sometimes, I guess.
There has not been. I know. Hey, come on, broken clock strike
Yeah.
twice a day, baby.
I mean,
let's
you,
go.
You did it, Cody. You won. You got it. You finally. I mean, 700 podcasts into it. I think.
It only took about 4 or 5 years, but I finally got it right with the year of the pitcher. Paul Skenes is the real deal.
Well, you know what's funny is I did my box break yesterday, and out comes a Jack Leiter rookie card, and I'm like, man, this was the guy that we thought.
We really did.
It was Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker. Those are the next incoming pitchers.
I don't think you can get. Is there a licensed Jack Leiter auto out there yet?
And I think he's back in AAA. He got rocked in his debut, and then has just not been a guy.
So he's no Al or Mark.
He's no Al or Mark. He's not even a Mark.
Damn,
not even
Leiter.
a mark.
He's not even. Yeah. It's all about Skenes, baby. We've moved on. It's Skenes mania.
All right.
It's his world. We're
I
just
mean,
living it.
I'm looking at these prices, and I'm sure you're going to put the slide up right now. You got to sell, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
are
this
we?
Is,
You have
this
to
is
sell.
ridiculous.
We have to be a little concerned with his velocity, right? Him throwing as hard as he does, like
I think you always have to be.
I,
It always has to be in the back of your mind.
I love those prices. I love those prices for the hobby, but I look at that going, I'm like, does he have like 2 or 3 years of throwing like this before
I think
you start talking the old?
This orange had to be this
That's
orange.
crazy.
This person had to have been a little buzzed up and thought it was the draft orange,
it's
right?
not even a first Bowman.
Yeah. yeah.
It's
Yeah.
now it's
Second
it's
Bowman.
I mean, if you're into
don't
like
eat-
it's
don't
25
eBay,
and 25.
Don't eBay in high noons.
Yeah, a little gin and juice.
The
you know?
one thing I'll give
I wanna
Skenes,
try that, by the way.
the one thing I'll give
Not
him,
bad.
I saw somebody doing the like after Skenes got pulled in his no-hitter attempt where he threw 7 innings, 11 strikeouts. It was incredible, but he got pulled, and then they immediately gave up a hit. And then someone posted up that video of the Tim Lincecum no-hitter where he threw like 140 pitches. And it's like, short, like, remember back in the day, this is how we used to do it. And
Wasn't
then
that
it's like,
long ago.
look at Tim Lincecum's career. Post that, though.
Yeah.
Which
Are-
that's
are
the
we-
one. That tells you everything.
Are we
of, like,
blaming his shortened career on one start that he threw
No,
140 pitches?
He was used a lot. They rely. I mean, look at the innings. Look at the pitches.
How many championships they win?
Of course, he's
I
a
think-
legend forever.
I think if the Pirates are like, hey, we're going to get 3 championships in 5
Yes.
years, but Skenes is only going to
you're
pitch
going to
for
play
6,
pitch for 6 years.
I think every Pirates fan is like, sign me up.
And then the flip side of that is that the Nationals had Steven Strasburg in bubble wrap. They got a World Series.
He also
And
broke down.
He broke.
But they also
right,
lost that Bryce Harper year
Right.
because they shelved him
right.
in the playoffs.
And he had a great career when he was healthy. And he got that World Series, which also he put it all on the line to win that one World Series. So
Better career.
it's tough. Oh, good. That's
Steven Strasburg
actually.
or Paul Skenes?
Who will have a better career?
yeah, Steven Strasburg.
Ooh. As good as Strasburg was, what we're seeing from Skenes right now, this is pretty unprecedented. Like, this
but
is
we
nuts. I
Doug,
wanna look
Doug
it
and
up,
I were
though. I
Doug
actually
and I
wanna
were
look this
in the Strasburg mania. We were doing this.
Oh,
we
yeah.
were in the industry. That was the year of the pitch. Last year of the pitcher, 2010.
And how much was
I-
his cards going for?
Well, yeah, I remember the Superfractor was like, I mean, it was on the main page of like Yahoo News at one point, like, which was unheard of in 2010, 2011 for a story like that.
All right, I'm trying to on the fly right now figure out Paul Skenes because he's made 11 starts so far in his career, and I'm looking up Steven Strasburg's first 11
starts.
All right, here they are. Steven Strasburg, first 11 starts, 63 and 2/3 innings pitched, 86 strikeouts, 2.97 ERA. Very good. Very good.
Better.
Paul Skenes, 11 starts, 1.9 ERA, 66 and a third innings pitched, 89 strikeouts. It's not that far off.
And the
Skenes
youngest,
is better.
the least amount of games to start an All-Star game, right?
Right.
All right.
Skenes is better. But it's not that far off.
I guess with the toss-up, you got to go better mustache.
And that's a good start.
But and the
then
point in the
Paul
chat, are the
Skenes.
Pirates going to win a championship?
Brian
Reynolds going to take
need
them to the
hitters.
promised land?
They need hitters. They need bats. Because they got that other guy, Jared Jones, who's a real, like, we'd be talking about him if Paul Skenes wasn't around. They got another good pitcher. They got more good arms in the system. They just need some hitters, though. They should make it. You know what they should do? They should trade some of those minor league pitchers.
They should trade Skenes.
They should
for
trade Paul Skenes
for some hitters.
Judge.
They should trade some of those minor league pitchers
Skenes
they
for
have
Trout.
for something. I mean, wait, Mike Trout to Pittsburgh actually. Kind of sounds awesome.
I think he'd want to go.
no,
there.
it kinda
I think
sounds
he has a
awesome.
no-trade clause.
It kind of sounds awesome.
I'm bummed for Trout even thinking about it. I'm not even an Angels fan.
He'd be getting to play with Paul Skenes. You kidding me?
You don't care
When was the
about
last-
playing with Paul
It's cool.
Skenes?
Was Barry Bonds' year the last time they made it in the playoffs?
No, look at those McCutcheon years. They went back.
They
to
made,
back years.
but maybe the last time they were in the
But the
NL
last-
championship game. Yeah.
The last time that they were like relevant and like as a possible World Series contender was the Bonds Bonilla
Triple
years.
Bs, yeah.
Andy Van Slyke,
Andy Van Slyke, yeah,
Sid
great teams.
Bream,
Doug Drabeck, maybe.
Doug
No?
Drabeck.
Actually,
Tim
no, the
Wakefield.
one I will say, actually, a realistic one, Luis Robert to Pittsburgh. That makes a lot
I
of
think you were
sense.
gonna say, I'm like Luis Robert was not on the 1992
No.
Pirates.
He wasn't born yet.
he wasn't.
He was not born yet.
And to wrap this back around to Chrome is we've got to assume that we know that there is no Skenes in Chrome, but Chrome Update probably is going to be he's going to be the
Yeah,
draw. So
he'll be
Chrome
the guy.
Update should be a little bit hotter this year with his rookie cards being in there, his debut patch.
Reese Hines. You think we can get him?
Oh
An
yeah. No, he got called up too late.
Oh well, there
He
goes
got
that
called up too
dream.
late. Yep, there
goes
goes
He
that
needs to
dream.
prove that he's not Aristides Aquino still. He's still in that phase.
Just because he
It
plays
is
for the
a-
Reds.
But it is like an Aristides Aquino run of like 1 week where it's just like, and this is the greatest player in Reds history.
no, he's the
all
greatest.
of a sudden.
No, I mean he's the greatest player ever to do it. If you base
Right.
it on 5 games,
Yeah, exactly. He's the best.
he's the best.
Next to Aquino. The two of them.
But
Best five games
Reese Hines again. I was talking to
He
you
also was a
about
top
it.
prospect.
Yeah, second rounder.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's legit. He's a legit prospect.
He's a known entity.
So
for
update
sure.
series, and will his MLB debut patch be in there?
Yep.
Yep.
It definitely.
well,
will.
this is confirmed.
So you've got.
You guys know
I
this.
talked to Mr. Tops. I got Rubes on the phone. Said, Michael, are we getting Paul Skenes?
And
MLB
he's
debut
Confirmed
patch? He said,
at the white party.
"You're-
Yeah.
I was
wow.
at the white party.
No, yeah. Well, Livy Dunn brought it to him.
Right.
You know, she
right.
was there.
Was she there actually? I mean,
Yeah.
she was.
Yeah, she was at the white.
But
Party.
he
Skenes
wasn't.
But he wasn't. No.
He-
He's
well,
busy. He's pitching.
He ain't got like
okay,
that, you know?
I'll tell you right
busy.
now. I'm pretty sure you can let the Pirates know, hey, I'm going to miss my start. I got the white party
Because of
to
the
go to.
white party?
100%.
Well, no, I mean, you know,
100. I
Do you
mean,
think he got an invite?
you guys.
yeah.
No.
You're telling me.
No.
You're telling me his girlfriend got an invite before him?
He's got like 10 million followers on social media.
I mean, here's the thing. You guys remember it, and it wound up.
no, I know
You guys
where I know
remem-
where you're going.
You know where I'm
on
going,
this.
right?
Yeah.
You know, when you were in your 20s, and we had a bachelor pad. You know, you're trying to make it less of a sausage
You're
party.
trying
you know,
to-
you're trying to
you're
weigh
trying
out
to
the.
sure.
Equal out the ratio.
You know,
I
mean,
get
you-
it.
you-
Yes.
It's like Tom Brady or Paul Skenes. I mean, at this point, you got to go with the Tom Brady. But you know, you bring in
Paul
Livy
Skenes
to.
will be there.
Yeah, he'll be there.
He'll be there. He just needed to get this All-Star game started under his belt. Now it's like, all right, fine. You can accompany your superstar social media star girlfriend.
But there
Fine,
could have been
fine.
a game that night. We don't know. I mean,
There was 100%. There's no baseball players at it because the season's happening.
yeah, exactly. And
They're
Aaron
not-
Judge would have
yeah,
been
they're busy.
there. I mean, come on.
They're busy.
No, I mean you don't know how long you're going to get that invite for. You got it. You got to take it.
And
Like,
as we
I
know
mean,
from Portnoy, there's
I
no
don't-
plus ones.
I don't want to downplay any Major League Baseball game, but there's
There's 162
of them.
Yeah,
Sit one
There
out.
are a lot of them. There's only
Sit
one white
out.
party a year.
Yeah, you're telling me a lot of these guys are out there. They're probably not giving it 100%. 162 games.
I don't know if you guys talked about the white party at all last week, but my main takeaway was Drake looks really tired. Drake looks exhausted.
Does he?
That
Trying to
picture,
write some
that
routes.
picture of him with Michael Rubin was like, this man looks so defeated.
Why would he?
Hey.
Why would he be tired?
Hey, Ruben,
What's going on?
keep the family away.
There you go. Yeah.
So I take it Kendrick Lamar was not there.
Oh, well, he released the
He
Not
released
Like
his
Us video
video
the same
on
day,
the
and he ends it
Oh,
wearing
that's
all
right.
white, and waves to everybody at the end. It's like, hi. I'll see
Imagine
you at
Drake
the
having
party.
to navigate that party with
Pretty
that video that just released that day
Bro.
of, and then everybody's like, want to talk. They want to talk about it, but they can't because he's around.
Do you think it was played? Do you
Huh?
think the song was played at the white party with Drake in attendance?
Oh,
Like somebody on their phone?
No, like the DJ. Like
but
it's the biggest song
were
of the
definitely
summer.
people were definitely watching it on their
people
phone.
were probably watching on
yeah.
their phone. I
For
don't think
sure.
yeah.
Like-
Somebody was like, "Oh look,"
The DJ's gonna
and then
play.
oh
DJ's
hey,
gonna
what's
get
up, Drake? What's up, dude?
Yeah.
How you
gonna
doing?
get punched in the eye.
Yeah.
It's the song of the summer. It's
It
a
is.
huge hit.
Everywhere you go.
DJ
Everywhere
won't get,
you go.
Yeah.
DJ won't
Got
get
all the
hired again
kids
for the white
singing,
party.
Certified
Yeah,
PDF file.
Did you see the clip also of Steph being like, can they play a different song at today's game? He heard it. He's like, man, this is the only song that they play now? Like, why didn't play a different song? And LeBron's like, I like it. Like, oh,
Well,
no.
because Steph's probably a Drake guy, right? Because he always
I don't-
mentions him in his
I don't
songs.
know.
Jeff Curry with Shot.
I'm sure they're still all friends with Drake, but it's like
Yeah.
they probably don't want to pick sides.
That's the thing. It's like LeBron always seemed like,
Especially
because
because Steph plays in the Bay Area and he plays in California. Like, there's such a bias, obviously. Like, even for me, like towards Kendrick Lamar. Like,
yeah.
I would imagine Steph doesn't want to necessarily ruffle
No.
like his fans that are from California.
You don't want to
Well,
get everybody
California
in your,
goes with Kendrick, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
I mean, he name drops Oakland in the song. Like, yeah, it's like.
But Drake
you're
does
all
do a
on my
lot of stuff for the Bay too, or has mentioned the Bay a lot. And
Yeah,
He's mentioned the Bay. Yes.
he's appropriated us
RP to him.
before.
That's
he's what?
Appropriated us before.
Stolen
rest in peace,
strap-
Mac Dre. I'll do it for the Bay. It's
Yeah.
like,
And
you
stole
do you.
Rapid Forte's lyrics and got sued. so-
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
exactly. Anyway,
But yeah, I mean that's something interesting is why Paul Skenes wasn't there.
yeah,
But
no, man's busy. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, also to the point of that, like too, like and this is how it's always been with baseball. But like pitchers are every 5 days, but they have to be at the game when they're not pitching.
But
I'm
they-
like, bro,
but
I'm
dude-
not gonna pitch
That's
until
true. If
Saturday.
he wasn't pitching
It's
that
Tuesday.
Do they have to be there? There's 0%. If you pitched the day before, there, especially at Paul Skenes, there's no way they're gonna be like,
You've also got your days
We
in
gotta-
between where you need to throw a bullpen session, or you got to get 30 or 40 pitches out.
What's
and-
usually the amount of days that they rest their
5?
5 days?
5.
Okay.
But in the middle of that, day 3, usually they'll have like a bullpen session.
In the playoffs though, do they try to
it's
they
a
still give them
little
5
different.
days?
Well, at that point, then it's like
3 days.
Best-
Yeah, I'd say 3. The best pitchers get
The
like
best
3 days.
pitchers.
no, I'm like the best gig in professional sports. Is it a starting pitcher? Because
Yeah.
you basically work once a week.
Or you can be a total badass like Randy Johnson. and
But you gotta be
Remember
really
good,
that?
though.
One
Or
day. Didn't
I-
even do a day of rest when
I
he
would say
pitched
what is
relief.
the equivalent in football? Like backup quarterback?
Probably.
Backup quarterback, you
Best
get like
job.
yeah, you just basically
That's a
hang
lot.
out.
Well,
Of,
not
I
if-
mean,
not
they
if
have
you're
to
on
watch
the
a lot of
Niners.
film though.
You have to hold a clipboard.
Not if
watch
you're
a
on the
lot of film.
Niners.
Yeah, you're probably in there. You're probably.
It's unfortunately
You don't get to hang out if you're in the Niners.
By
Bring
the
quarterback.
way,
Nah,
before
you're warming up a lot.
Before we get into some football talk, I gotta mention it. I forgot we were gonna lead the show off with it. The most insane trade rumor of all time.
Yeah.
Come on.
You should
See,
be
I
happy
wanna
with the
know
trade.
I'll
I'll be happy with the trade.
I want to hear C-Rad's thoughts. Ayuk for Devontae Adams straight up.
No.
No.
Whoa. Okay, I don't think it would be. There would have to
It
be.
wouldn't
there-
be straight up.
There would have to
There-
be some draft picks going in the direction of the Oakland.
You
Las
watched that
Vegas
Netflix
Raiders.
series? Receivers?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the whole
You
thing.
guys,
yet, no.
you guys
we
are
should
getting,
get draft picks back.
No, you guys are.
Devontae was one of the main guys. He was a sideshow.
If you
1,400 yards.
Devontae Adams is a better receiver than Brandon Ayuk.
Well, he's getting up there. He's a 14 rookie class.
He just had nobody to
in
throw
the
to
year-
him. dude,
in the
last year.
year
He's better.
20 in the
You are
2024
high if you're
season-
like, I'd rather have Ayuk. You're just a homer.
In
You're
the
just a homer.
2024 season, who would I rather have, Devontae Adams or Brandon Ayuk? I think I would say Devontae Adams.
I would, but he did have some injuries last year. He is entering his 11th season. How many guys are still
This is not a long term.
productive in their 11th season?
I'm not talking about year 2027. I'm talking about next year,
Right
the
now.
year that's
Right.
coming up.
But as Raiders,
How
who,
long is that window going to be open, Niner fans?
No, that's why I want Devontae Adams, because I don't want to pay the money for Ayuk for 4 years. I would take Devontae Adams for 1 year and give up Ayuk. I think it would make more sense for the Raiders, who may not necessarily are in win now mode, to have a guy that they can grow with for 4 years.
God, dude, how good of a team do you need to have to try to beat Patty Mahomes? Dude? How good of a team do you need to have, dude?
True. There's
Man, you gotta get.
surprised the Niners didn't.
You
get
gotta get in the time
I'm surprised the Niners
machine.
didn't get Saquon. Just like have a
You
backfield
gotta
of
get a time
Saquon and
machine
McCaffrey.
and get prime Lawrence Taylor, then get to 1994 and get prime Emmett Smith.
Deion
Then
Sanders
you
for
get
corner.
right. Then you have to go
They
get
probably
Deion.
they probably called up the Chiefs and they're all
Right.
What do we got to do to get a package for Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce?
Yeah, I mean, look,
What do we got to do?
look.
I don't hear him in my headphones anymore, by the way.
No, that's not good. I can hear you.
C-Rad,
fine.
that is.
All right.
Maybe it's just me.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I hate Patty Mahomes. I mean, I love him for the hobby and I love him as a player, but I hate going.
I'm with
against
you.
him.
I hate him too.
But you guys at least have beat him a couple times. I mean, you
Yeah.
play him twice a year.
I
But
think he's a
Oh
good,
yeah,
I think
we
he's a
we
good
own
dude.
him. Raiders own him.
I think he's a guy. He's a good guy.
True. Merry Christmas.
He's not even that good though.
Okay.
well, then you're watching the receiver. If you've watched the receiver show and you watch the end of the credits and it's like, executive producer Peyton Manning and Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, God, he just has a hand in everything,
I
doesn't
know.
he?
Is that
Jesus.
true? Patrick Mahomes is part of it. As a
Yeah.
I get the because
They
it's
gave him
Omaha
producer
Productions.
credits.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Well, he was on the quarterback one, right?
Yeah,
Like
he was the main guy on there.
It was him,
Cousins
Mariota, and
Mariota.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year they're probably gonna do running backs, if I had to guess, right?
Or corners.
Gotta
Let's
be,
go
right?
defense. Yeah, I'd like to see defense. Let's
Yeah.
mix it up. Linebackers.
Let's
or,
go
I don't know.
kicker.
Punter.
Long snappers.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see. I mean,
Oh my god.
there's a
An
lot
entire
of
Netflix documentary.
there's a lot of ups and downs with kickers.
Jake Booty's right in there.
Yeah, I'm good.
And
Unless-
hey, Harrison Butker is rising to fame for the wrong
Wow.
reasons.
I mean, look, that would at least be compelling. Look,
Yeah.
you can't argue that. Or if you get Justin Tucker in there and you get half of the time like him just singing, that would be great.
The
He's a
Rams went
great
through
singer.
like 40 kickers last year. Like that would have been hilarious to have Brett Maher on there. He was off the team,
We
on the
go
team, off the
from-
team, on the team.
We went from the likes of Patrick Mahomes, Devontae Adams to Brett Maher.
Brett Maher.
Boy,
Is Harrison Butker
Rams
all the
great.
scenes at his Harrison Butker? They're going to show him at home, and his wife's just going to be cleaning dishes and cooking the whole time, or like she can't even talk because she's just
Not allowed.
cleaning the dishes.
We have to edit that out. Or-
Maybe.
Oh, we're live, baby. Ain't no editing. Well, there ain't no editing.
I know you guys
We're
all thought.
live.
I know you guys all thought it.
Isn't that a TikTok trend I just learned today about bad editing?
Yeah, the Gen Z.
Yeah, we should.
thing, yeah.
Wait, what? What about Gen Z?
I-
It's a trend.
It's
Oh.
it's a trend, and
We'll
I
show you after.
don't
Okay.
really understand
It's
it.
funny.
Got it.
It's apparently it's funny to have bad editing.
It's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a style, per se.
sure.
Yeah, just to like not even
It's
cut it
more
up
of
right.
a kind of a stab at
People
Gen
who can do their
Z.
job correctly.
Correct.
I saw this one. I saw this. You guys can tell me if this is part of it. I saw this meme of like this guy. He's like, I sent this to my editor. This is what happens. I gave this to my editor, and it's just him like before he starts every sentence. So it's just him breathing.
Yeah,
like,
I
Yeah, that's
think
the one.
That's it. That's it.
That's
that
the
is
one.
it. That
Yeah,
is it.
that's the
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Gen Z editor or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
give
it's
it
just
to
him
my
like
Gen Z editor.
starting to talk, but it's just like you can hear his
Right.
breath only.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, you got to go, huh?
Yeah. Should we? All right. I'll let you
You
guys
want to talk
continue.
about you want to talk about your thoughts on Contenders, or do you maybe you don't want to?
I could talk about it. Contenders football obviously released yesterday. Big football release got delayed a couple times due
Got
to
the Mexican cracked
shipping or
ice.
whatever. Yeah. I did hit a couple big cards towards the end of the night. So Anthony Richardson, I hit 2 cracked ice of him. I was telling people on the stream last night how, we know the cracked ice is probably one of the most sought out, if not the most sought after on card rookie auto every year for football, just across the whole hobby, right? And I was telling people on the stream last night how most years, some years, not most years, but some years, I won't even hit a cracked ice of a main quarterback, even though we do tons and tons of cases.
Right.
Like, for example, Brock Purdy and Kenny Pickett last year, I didn't pull a single cracked ice of either of them last year. And I did about 20, 30 cases or so last year. So out the rip, first night of Contenders, I pulled 2 cracked ice Richardsons. One was the regular rookie ticket, and one was the variation rookie ticket. They're both vertical this year. So 2 of them back-to-back. And then I had pulled another Richardson, number to 99, I forgot which parallel that was. Mm-hmm. And then I put a 101 Super Bowl, which is also another really hard card to get. Not a Richardson. That
I
would
was
have been
like,
huge.
what?
No. But it was an on-card guy. So I was also telling people, like, I pulled Super Bowl 101s before, but a lot of times it's just the sticker guys because those are the guys you get the most of. So I actually pulled a non-card Broncos Marvin Mims Super Bowl rookie 101. So that's to say, like, my early feelings of it was that we kind of knew going into this year that it'd be kind of rough because we didn't have the big quarterback autographs, and Contenders is all about the autograph. So my initial feelings, like opening it up, I was like, yeah, this just doesn't feel the same as previous years of Contenders that I've ever ripped for the last 10 years, right? But towards the end of the night when we started getting some of the better hits, I was like, okay, like
This is the best it's ever been.
For a first night.
It's pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Did you pull any Puka Nacua redemptions?
No, that's the one guy. He's got to be a short print or something because I didn't see him at all.
Dude, I get so lost in these years because they take so long to come out now. I was like convinced yesterday that they messed up and Puka Nacua was a 2022 rookie. No. I'm like, it was Brock Purdy and Puka Nacua that year. I mean, it's like, no, it's not. But like, it takes so long. They cross over.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's been solid over a year, but since we had the last 2022 Contenders release. So
Caleb Williams
a year and a half almost since it came out.
And we haven't had NT, we haven't had Flawless, we haven't had Optic.
Caleb Williams signed his rookie contract the same day Contenders came out. Like, that's how long it's been. Like,
yeah, dude, we're massively behind at this point in terms of like the release calendar for football.
We're not quite hockey behind, but
we're not quite.
No, I mean, you'd have to be in like 1973 Contenders.
Well,
still chasing Connor McDavid rookies.
To Upper Deck's credit,
Bobby Orr rookie, let's go.
They've caught up. Either they decided, like what we kind of talked about on the podcast many times last year and the year before.
They've eliminated.
They just cut the products that they're like, let's just skip to the Connor Bedard year because they're finally coming out with a lot of Connor Bedard stuff. So
they had to make that. We've been talking about that for 2 years.
Yeah,
dude, they fumbled the bag of this Connor Bedard year though. I mean, I know we don't have a hockey slide,
but I mean, they're still in pretty high demand though. When you look at like grading stats and stuff, like Bedard is like a top 5 guy. So now with it doesn't matter maybe if the product was good or terrible. Maybe he was always probably going to be a top 5 guy, but
I mean, I feel like they didn't make enough product.
No,
I mean, not that they could have. They probably can't, but
no,
they didn't.
I believe that we are going to see Bedard rookies well into next hockey season.
Because what year of the Cup we're still 2 years behind on the Cup, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
It might be 3.
They have to combine.
I think
at this point, they have
we're
to
on
combine
Yager's rookie year.
Yeah.
What year was Yager?
91.
90. Yeah. So I think we're on 91. The Cup. So yeah. Couple years away from catching up.
Yeah, we got Joe Thornton coming up and Patty Marlowe.
So they can actually come out. You know how Panini combined years that one year? Mm-hmm. They should come out with a cup and they can just combine that last 20 years of rookies. Yeah. Make it the greatest release ever.
People might get more allocation that way too, because they'll make triple the amount. So.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll see you guys on stream soon.
All right, join. Conrad's going to be breaking some Chrome over on the other channel, so hop on over there. Get yourself some Chrome teams. But yeah, let's talk about this composite football and what you guys think about it. It sold out pretty quickly on Tops.com yesterday at, I believe, $249 a box with.
I think it's a good deal.
3 autos, I believe.
It's a good deal.
Do we have a checklist for that thing?
We do. But there is a checklist out. So this was what I thought was interesting is that the checklist came out. Look, the Contenders got delayed so much that I don't know if this is on purpose, but it did get released the same day Contenders got released, which I thought the timing was interesting. I don't think it was planned, but it's just kind of remarkable timing. On
roughly, how many autograph subjects?
Let's take a look. See here.
Where are you finding this?
I do believe it's a very small checklist.
I put it in Slack. I put the checklist in Slack. Here you go. Autos. It is a lot of mostly legends.
Okay, that's good.
So here, just
I know Tom
kind of
Brady's in there, so
right out the gate, guys. I'm looking at Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, Frank Gore, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Troy Aikman, Ray Lewis, Bo Jackson, Adrian Peterson, Kurt Warner, Terry Bradshaw, Randy Moss, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Charles Woodson, Tim Tebow in there. Boy, Tim Tebow getting squeezed in there is pretty funny. Jerry Rice. So they are not going to be lacking for big autos of some of the legends.
Those are all very good autos.
25 Cosmic Chrome autos, yeah.
And then you are looking, so it is all legends or retired players, and then the 4 rookies: Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis.
You got Jason Sehorn.
Got
Everybody
Jason
wants
Sehorn
him in
in
there.
there.
Steven Davis from Carolina. He's got an auto.
So
Good pro.
yeah, it's really strong. I'm seeing Dan Marino in there, Hines Ward, who else?
Drew Bledsoe.
Darren Woodson,
Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Eddie George.
I believe so.
Jim
I saw
McMahon.
him.
Is that
Lawrence
is that Bob-
Taylor?
is that Bob
J.J.
Lilly?
Watt.
Bob Lilly.
Bob
dude.
Lilly
is in
doesn't
there.
Never misses a signing
Bob Lilly?
session.
Literally, I think every manufacturer, like the Bob Lilly bat signal goes on, and he just comes running and to sign whatever you need me to sign.
So you have your Topps Chrome base autos of those rookies. They are also rookie autos of them in Topps Chrome Black, at least Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, and C.J. Stroud.
Danny Amendola.
And Will Levis. Cosmic Chrome rookie autographs of them. Resurgence rookie is the special rookie auto. But it is just those 4 rookies.
J.J. Watt, Kurt Warner on the Resurgence patch autos. Tom Brady's in a few subsets. I mean, we've been
Whoa.
missing.
Tom Brady is in there quite. I mean, Topps Chrome Black,
Kurt
Tom
Warner on
Brady.
the
There
Cardinals. Are you
is-
kidding me?
Oh, that's the right team. Yeah.
Cosmic Chrome, Tom Brady autos. Eli Manning, Tom Brady, or it's Eli Manning, Tom Brady autos. Eli Manning, Cosmic Chrome autos.
This might be. This is gonna be a bold. I know it's airbrush. I know there's no logos on
Yeah.
it. This might be one of the better values in a football release that we've seen in a long time. And I'm basing it off of like the $250 price tag that was direct from Topps.
That said, the rookies are, judging by this, those rookies are going to be hard to come by. Going to be very hard to come by.
But you're still going to get
Yeah.
out of the 3 autos. You're
One's probably
you're
gonna be
gonna
pretty
get
decent.
you're gonna get a good auto out of every box.
Yeah.
Yep, Frank Gore in there. Love that. You haven't seen a Frank Gore autograph in a while.
Yeah.
Probably
Vic.
probably on the Colts, right?
No, 49ers.
Yeah, that's
Bills.
right.
Patrick
Bills,
Willis.
maybe. Yeah,
Patrick
Bills.
Willis is in there.
Yep.
Joe
So-
Montana. It's going to be a good set for Niner fans. Got
Yeah,
all-
at $250 for 3 autos, that's pretty good.
But it appears that there's only those Fanatics exclusive guys for autographs, including Anthony Richardson, which
That's it.
wasn't a,
Just-
a Fanatics guy
just
at the time.
those,
Yeah.
just those 4. No, I'm trying to think. Were there any Fanatics exclusive receivers or anything? Nothing.
No, I
this
mean,
year,
there
right?
obviously Puka Nakua could have been in there. That would have probably been a
Right.
name that they could have used.
Right. So, but,
Bijan. Thinking about that rookie class.
and I'm trying to think. Do we have an official word on the 2024 Fanatics exclusive guys? Like, I don't think nothing has really been confirmed.
I mean, what I've heard is I think it's Caleb
Yeah.
Daniels. I think the only
J.J.
ones,
McCarthy is Panini.
and
Panini.
so is not Drake May. The other one. There's they have 2
Bo
quarterbacks.
Nix.
Maybe Bo Nix and J.J. McCarthy or Panini. I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
That's not
But
bad. And then I know for sure. I think Roma Dunze is, I believe, a Fanatics.
wow.
And well, we don't know. Who the hell knows?
Marvin
Harrison might be signing with Wild
Marvin
Card
Harrison,
exclusively.
I do believe at
Who
the
the
end of
hell
the
knows?
day is probably going to be signing for Fanatics.
I think so too. I do too.
Yeah, I think that'll happen for sure.
Because I do believe there was a story that came out, and I could be wrong. I want to say his contract was $2 million. His Fanatics deal.
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Who sells from Arizona though? I mean, even Larry Fitzgerald never didn't sell.
Kyler
Murray
did.
barely sold.
They're Marvin Harrison is going to sell well this year.
If he performs.
Out of the gate, he is going to sell well. He is
Yeah.
going to be one of the. I mean, this rookie class
Name
is
recognition.
is going to be solid for football.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's going to be one of the I feel like I say it every year. It's gonna except for 2022.
Yeah,
2022
we
is
all
tough.
knew.
But this is one of the best, at least from the quarterback position. It's going to be unbelievable.
And just what? The top 10 picks were all offensive.
Yeah,
players.
I mean,
I know there's an O lineman in there, but still.
For the hobby, the draft couldn't have worked out any better than it did.
No, yeah. But we have to deal with the split.
That's about as much positivity that I want to get today. 'Cause that's a little. I mean, I'm just pouring it
It's
on.
a good class.
It's a little thick. I need to pull it back a little bit.
Also interesting that in composite, you're seeing also you can see the mock-up there on the image that Midnight is part of this as one of the subsets.
Mm-hmm.
So they are definitely going. Who knows how much we'll see of this? And I think interesting that you could tell which brands that they are clearly thinking these are maybe it almost feels like a test run of what is going to work. The fact that Chrome Black, Cosmic Chrome, Topps Chrome are all the rookies are in autos are in that tells me that they might be thinking of standalone football products for those.
Oh
once
yeah,
they
I
get
think
it.
what they're doing is they're just gonna I think they missed this calendar year, so they're lumping them all together for this year. I don't know if we're gonna get composite every year. If we do, I think they're not gonna have Cosmic. They're probably not gonna have some of these other brands. Yeah. Once they get on a release schedule, we're looking at 30 to 40 releases a year. Once they have the license, so they're gonna start making all of these as standalone products. But for now, I think with this weird year, they have to just kind of put it all together.
The checklist for composite though, minus the rookies in the other set I'm going to compare it to, but I feel like it's almost like honors, with the amount of legends that you can get out of it. I feel like it's going to break like honors, which is an amazing product when it does come out.
Really fun.
So it's 8 cards per pack, 12 packs per box.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not the same configuration. I'm talking about the autograph content that would come out.
Sure.
Honors does have a lot of rookie stuff, so this is not going to be a product where you're going to be really chasing the rookies, but the checklist for the legends is probably one of the best checklists I've ever seen.
I mean, they're kind of forced. I mean, you probably will not, once they PA and license comes into play, you're going to start getting, 70 rookies in each set.
You're going to get, this is not going to be what the general checklist is going to look like for a release.
Do you think that collectors, I mean, obviously the big glaring issue with composite is it's airbrushed. So did you think people are just not going to care about that? Or are we, because, you get that conversation with Panini and Leaf products. Oh, Leaf would be great.
I honestly think that was a concern with Topps, and that's why they made this checklist so good.
Yeah.
That you're going to it's going to be so good, you're going to get so much value out of it that you're going to look the other way with not having a logo on it.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a temporary thing.
And using
this
brands.
This is going to be a thing where in a year from now, this is going to be a non-topic because they're going to have the license. They're going to be able to use logos. They're going to be able to use all the rookies. They're going to be able to have rookie-based products. But these products are going to be coming out. You're not going to see a checklist like this in 2, 3, 4, 5 years of this many legends. This is they probably are not going to make any money on this release.
No, just to get their feet underneath them.
With the amount of money that they're putting in for autograph content.
It's kind of the set kind of reminds me. Do you remember that Topps right when they got the NBA, or maybe it was either just before or just after they got the NBA PA license? I think it was a Topps Finest, but it was all retired players.
Oh yeah,
and they were all in suits,
like Gary Payton and Shaq.
But
and
the
stuff.
autos were
Magic Johnson.
Great auto. So it gives me the same sort of vibe.
I do remember that product. Why?
Yeah,
was that product direct?
I think so.
Yeah,
it was directly on their website.
Because we didn't have much of it, but
I don't think
it was a hit. People liked it. It was fun.
I mean, what does this become? Composite? Does this? I mean, we got a figure. There's maybe they're going to put out 2 to 3 football releases this year from 2023. Where does the Stroud, Richardson, Levis, Young autos rank amongst all of their rookie autos? I mean, well, there isn't a lot of them, right? There's no. Richardson's the exception because he is a Panini guy, or he does have Panini autos. But I mean, we have the Stroud.
I think it literally ranks right below the I guess it's the Panini
Yeah, the instant.
draft day auto.
Kind of has to.
Then
It's a matter of.
and then I think
You have the Ginters. And
then you have the Ginters, and you have the. I believe some of these guys were in Goodwin.
But there will be Ginter cards in this one.
Yep,
in this
Chrome
set.
Ginter.
No autos, but there will be Ginters.
I mean, you have the Bowman Chromes and the Inceptions. I think those. I think this composite is going to be one of the top products. It may actually be the top product for those rookies because you're going to get RPAs in here too. You're not. You can't get an RPA, a rookie patch auto.
Of these guys, unless you do like the college stuff.
Unless it's the college stuff.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
I have a feeling that they did not make too much of this stuff. We have not got our solicitation yet. I think it's going to be extremely limited. I believe that it is going to go up a lot more than $250 a box. So if you can get it for anywhere near that price, I would get it and probably hold it. But I don't think you're going to see breakers out there ripping 30, 40, 50 cases of this product on release day.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
I think you're going to I think everybody's going to get like probably less than 10.
Yep. Before we let you guys go, we want to remind you guys we will be at the National. We will not be set up, but we are going to have a party on Friday at 8 o'clock in Cleveland, and it's a short distance away from the IX Center. If you're interested in going and we still have some RSVPs left, send us a DM through Instagram, and we'll get you hooked up with a RSVP. We're going to have karaoke. We're going to have open bar. We're going to have food. We're going to have boxes and packs, and it's going to be a fun time. So make sure you guys RSVP, especially some of our loyal listeners. We'd love to see you there and hang out and talk cards with y'all. So
Open bar. Who's paying for that?
Open bar.
Open bar.
I think at least for at least for the first hour is going to be an open
place
bar.
have food?
I believe so. Yeah.
Gonna need it with an open bar.
Or we're ordering Little Caesars or the Cleveland equivalent.
Yep. Right.
Yeah. Did we talk about? I think you guys talked about it last week's show. What the signature Cleveland food.
I'm gonna look that up right
I
now.
Still don't.
Signature Cleveland
What's
food.
signature
Little Caesars.
Cleveland?
Well, that would be Detroit.
Detroit.
That's Detroit. It's a Detroit brand.
Yeah, because I think where the Red Wings play, is it Little
Yes.
Caesars
well,
Arena?
The owner of the Detroit Tigers, Red Wings,
Pistons
was the Illich family.
Mr. Caesar.
Is the fan? Yeah, he is
Mr.
Little
Caesar. He's Mr. Caesar.
Yes.
So according
Little Caesar.
So
According
we,
to
so
Google.
we invented the salad and the pizza chain.
Correct.
pierogies,
See, I see
Po-
pierogi
Poxies,
as a
bratwurst, bagels, and chicken paprikash.
What is a ho?
So these are a lot
what's a
of
pierogi?
Midwest. A lot of the Midwest, Polish.
Yes, they say
foods,
Irish, German, Polish, Italian settlers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is it?
What's a pierogi?
Crazy Predator, I think. Yeah, there you go, Alice. Yeah. A pierogi I see is a Pittsburgh dish. I vote because they got the.
Everybody keeps on telling me where it's from. What are they?
They are
look like?
Dumplings, wrapped in
Yes.
dough, occasionally flavored with savory sweet garnish, finally cooked in boiling water. Pierogi varieties are blah, blah, blah.
Like a little mini meat pie. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Like an empanada, sort of an empanada, but not an empanada.
Like a pot sticker that would have like
Larger.
ground beef in?
More of an empanada.
An empanada.
Yes, but a little, but also not.
I'll go with the brat. I'll go with
like
the
a pot sticker.
I'll go with the bratwurst.
See,
Dude. Can't go wrong with the brat.
Yeah, I'm seeing also kielbasa and cabbage.
Yep.
Bratwurst. That's Wisconsin.
That's what I was gonna say.
But they're pretty
Yeah.
pretty close, right?
Yeah. So Cleveland, figure it out. Get your own food.
Yeah, but what you could say the same thing about coming to the Bay Area.
I
What,
guess that's
sourdough?
true.
I got sourdough over there.
guess you're right.
What do we got here? What do you come to the Bay Area? You come to San Francisco, San Jose.
You're right. People would probably say.
I would go to like a taqueria, like a good.
People would
taqueria.
probably say a clam chowder and a sourdough bread.
Right.
Yeah.
Which you could also
Yeah,
say
that's a
is
staple.
like Boston, Seattle, anywhere by the ocean. You can get a good,
Anything
some
coastal.
good- right. You can get You can get that. Mexican food, I'd say, is like you can get the best in. I mean, California in general.
How about pho?
but better.
Bay
Actually,
Area.
Sushi.
especially in San Jose.
Yeah.
Pho is actually one in San Jose where you can get probably the best you can get, probably in the nation.
Yeah,
I'll be
probably
honest.
not known. San Jose is probably not known for their culinary arts.
But
Some
the
great places
variety
to eat.
here is probably
good places.
unmatched. Unmatched.
also what it is.
We have
That's also
some of the best of everything that people have moved here from those areas that they specialize in. They make those food here, those dishes here as well. So I mean, you can usually find the best of all foods.
Like
I mean, that's
like Taco Bell.
any good big city. You're gonna find, it's like if it's like, man, it's actually kind of hard to pinpoint what it is. That might actually be a good thing sometimes.
But Chicago has like multiple foods
Right.
that
Deep
like
dish, the
deep
Chicago
dish,
dog.
like the Chicago dog, the Italian beef sandwich,
New
like,
York, a New York slice,
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
right? A New York cheesecake, whatever,
yeah, cheese curds, Wisconsin,
right?
You know,
Burn ends from
I've never had to
Kansas
figure.
City.
You know what? I realized because I should know this stuff because usually I have to plan out Super Bowl food for the cities and never had to worry about Cleveland. So that's why it's kind of a blind spot.
Never got close.
So well, I mean, what would you do for San Francisco?
Well, we've done it before.
Yeah, we're in a lot of
we
Super
did.
Bowls.
We
I
did.
mean-
Yeah. Please look. We're not.
Okay.
It's like every
you
other
can sit
year.
here. You can sit here and gloat about your second
No, I
place
can't.
finish,
I
and
know.
that's fine.
I know.
But what do you make?
We did Ghirardelli hot fudge sundaes for dessert.
Okay.
We did chowder. We did what else did we do? We did some. We actually did Mexican food
Okay.
as well.
Little
Like
tacos.
It's kind of the same. LA did the same thing. We did burger. We did like In-N-Out style burgers with like street tacos. So
For the Rams Super Bowl.
with the Rams were in it.
Yeah, we
made
won
some
that one.
In-N-Out. Yeah, they won.
Yeah,
they
we won that one.
Yeah,
good.
they won
did you
that
do?
one.
the
Did
Bengals.
you do the?
Actually, no. We did it the one that they lost. I think is when we did. No, I think we also did. The
That was a
one
good one.
So and in
was a great
Cincinnati,
one.
you did the Skyline
Skyline.
chili.
Yeah, we did the chili and
Which we
spaghetti.
never made that. Probably expired.
Well, it's canned.
That's true.
Why
We got
not
to
be?
do that. We got to make that.
We really need. I tried it when I was in Cincinnati. It
Um,
was fine.
Has anybody tried? I know we're going completely opposite direction of food here,
That's
but has
fine. We're
anybody
at the end of
tried the Cheez-It Crunch Wrap from Taco Bell yet?
No.
Yeah,
It looks
I don't.
disgusting, but yes, yummy at
No,
the same
I mean,
time.
it's
you
probably,
got it? Was it good?
I tried it.
No, it's probably delicious.
It's
It's
good. Here's the
Does
thing.
it taste like a Cheez-It?
Yes, it does. Here's the thing: is I got the Crunchwrap one because the Tostado one just seemed insane.
Yeah.
So I had to get the Crunchwrap one. But then,
what
as
do
I
you mean insane? Like, what's it? It's
well,
just,
it's literally
it's just a Cheez-It.
on
Giant.
with all the toppings on it. It just felt like
I'm
felt
pretty
like
sure
it
the
didn't-
Crunch Wrap is the same thing. They just
No,
wrap
you're
it
gonna
in
wear the
but it's
Tostado,
portable.
though.
Like it's easier. It's more portable. Whereas like you're
So you can
you're
be active.
exposed to the public. Like, oh God, I'm eating a giant cheese. Whereas at least I don't feel the deep shame of like, well, it's wrapped in a tortilla. Nobody knows what I'm doing here. I can hide behind the tortilla.
I gotta give the fine people at Cheez-It. They have done a lot of collaborations.
Yeah, good for them.
They are just like, hey, Pizza Hut, like you should collaborate with us
Right.
and make a Cheez-It
Yeah.
pizza. And it actually makes sense if Taco Bell did it and Pizza Hut
Because it's the
has
same
done it 'cause
company.
it's
Yeah,
the
the
same
same
company.
company.
So KFC, when are you going to incorporate?
When are we
when are you-
getting
when are you gonna-
Cheez-It breaded
Yes.
chicken?
Yes, that's happening.
When are you going to use the breading is going to be Cheez-It crumbles?
Sounds delicious.
Sounds horrifying, but also delicious.
Where does Cheez-It rank on your snack cracker list?
Oh, it's up there.
Oh,
up
it's
there,
it's
yeah.
up
way
there.
up there. I might go a Ritz. Way up there though.
Like a Ritz
remember-
sandwich, like the cheese.
Like a Ritz cracker.
yeah, but then they had the mini ones with the cheese in the middle. Remember? What
Those
were
are
those?
good.
Those
I
are pretty
do
good
love
too.
those.
I haven't had those.
But
since
like
I was
it's
a kid.
very because it's also very like it's a little bit of everything. You can throw some meat on there. You throw a little cheese on there. You can just have it by itself, and it's nice and buttery. Yeah, Ritz is good.
kind of hungry right now.
Ritz is a good all around.
It's a good. That's what it
cracker.
is. It's
You could-
just an
you can-
all around
you can-
winner.
You can dip it in something.
Right.
You
Put
could
tuna on it.
well,
Right.
I wouldn't go there, but you can
No,
put other
I
stuff.
would absolutely.
That's what my kids eat.
Put a
I-
little tuna on it.
You know what's
delicious?
a good cracker is also a Triscuit.
I'm not a Triscuit guy.
not
That's like
Triscuit guy.
that's like eating
So many
wheat
layers.
thins. That's like
Come on,
That's
a
like
Tri-
why I can't eat wheat
A
thins.
Triscuit.
Or
it-
shredded wheat in the morning.
Shredded wheat.
No,
Yeah.
Not
Tri-
wheat thins. I'm sorry. Wheat thins are good.
'cause
Shredded wheat is what I
it-
meant.
It's really sturdy. You can
It's
do you can
layers,
do a
dude.
lot with it.
Here's the once you bite into
They
it,
very rarely come out. They come out very whole.
The-
Like they're not necessarily cracked in a million pieces.
the ultimate test is is it a good dipping cracker? Sure, but the ultimate test is I gotta bite into it, and then it's like now I just have like dried hay in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it
Oh,
tastes like.
dude,
That's
you
what
tell-
the texture
you
is.
get a Triscuit and you dip it in some French onion dip.
Alice
you tell
agrees
me.
with you. Alice agrees with you, but says knew this was coming though. knew the Triscuit hate was coming. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
fair.
not a Triscuit guy.
Not a
I do
Triscuit
like
guy
wheat
either.
thins. I'll do a wheat thin. A good wheat thin.
I like wheat thins.
Wheat thins are good.
Well, how do you like a wheat then? You don't like a Triscuit?
They're totally different.
It's totally
No,
different.
I know they're totally different.
Totally.
But Triscuit is a far superior snack.
Not even close.
Maybe if you're 78 years
I
old.
was gonna say, it's like, are you gonna be eating some Werther's Originals with that too?
And it's sturdy enough if you wanted to. You can
No,
put,
that's the one thing it's got going for it is sturdiness.
It
you
is.
put a big thick dip on that, then
you could put
you got something.
You could put anything on a
You can make a
Triscuit.
sandwich out of a
You
Triscuit.
could put anything on a Triscuit.
That's why I go Ritz, because yes, is it not as strong? Yes, but not by enough that I'm not gonna have the Ritz.
I
over that.
wish the fine people at Triscuit made a collaboration with Taco Bell
Crunch Wrap
and made a
Triscuit.
Crunch
God,
Wrap
God.
Supreme with a Triscuit in
God.
there.
Need some ginger
that's
ale
the
with it.
world that I
Yeah.
want to live in.
I was gonna say the one knock against it is the Cheez-It kind of crumbled in the taco. So it was like chunks of Cheez-It. It wasn't like, you know, when you have the hard shell and it's like got a base.
You need
the
some
Cheez-It
sturdiness.
itself, yeah, it wasn't sturdy enough. It still tasted good, but it was not nearly
Well, that's
as
the
strong.
same thing with their Dorito Locos shells. They're
Yes.
always cracked, dude.
They're
Anytime
always
you get it, you can never. You're always like using a fork to eat it.
It
You
is
can't grab
delicious. It is delicious, but
Especially if you get the Supreme and you get it delivered, it's like you
Supreme
might.
is,
Yeah.
no, and it gets
Done.
all soggy and yeah.
Trying to think, is there Dorito is Frito-Lay
Sure.
and yeah, so yeah,
I don't know what cheese it is. I think
I'm
it's
gonna say
Nabisco.
Nabisco.
I think it is.
If I had to guess,
Yeah, they might all be owned by the
It
same
might
company
be the
now.
same company. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I think that
Cheese it,
is
baby.
that is the way you put a cherry on top of an episode.
of a great podcast.
That is.
Well, we could have ended it with. I found this out today that there was a guy in Ohio, and this is completely unrelated to food or cards, that he broke into a pet store, and then the police found him with multiple hamsters stuffed in his leopard onesie. Was he planning on taking them home? Was he using them for, you know?
Is that all? Is that
we
all?
talked about it off podcast, and all I'll say is
Did he come
Richard
in?
Gere.
Well, did he
That's
come?
all I'll-
did he
off air.
break in?
That's all I'll say.
Did he break in and that's all he was wearing?
Yes.
Well, they doesn't have pockets. So
Sure.
if you're going to steal, what were they? Guinea pigs?
Sure,
hamsters.
hamsters,
Same thing.
gerbils, whatever.
Where are you gonna put them?
Guess that's where they have to go.
So that's where they got to go.
I
I
guess
mean,
so.
or you can try to like carry them out. Like
yeah. I mean, but you need to come better prepared at that point. You need to come with like some sort of reusable bag or something like that. That you know, you
or
can
like
pop
a
'em in,
or like a laundry
where they have a
basket.
little
Like
room and you're not
you
suffocating
don't want
or
to
anything.
use a
yeah.
you don't want to use a bag.
I mean, if
No,
they
no,
were on
put
his,
it in a
if
plastic
they were on his,
bag. Like a nice reusable bag like
like
that.
a tote bag,
Right, a tote
of some
bag.
sort. Yeah.
Sure, that's fine. I'm not a madman here.
Whoa, it was a pet store, right?
yeah,
The pet store has cages.
Sure.
yeah. I don't think he was.
So-
I don't think he was
Yeah,
planning on
no.
selling those
So,
things.
well, no. To carry them out, you just like put them all in a cage. You close the cage. You carry out the cage,
Yes.
and then you don't have to worry about putting the gerbils, I believe, in your leopard speedo.
Also easier to get caught though at that point. Then you're on the run.
You're not. You're telling me. Well, you're gonna draw some attention,
right.
when you come out and you have wild animals coming out of your speedo.
Sure, but the whole point, the hope is that you don't have to get to that point. Now,
And plus,
when you
you're-
do,
I can
then you're
guarantee
screwed.
you, no way you're gonna be able to run away from anybody.
I mean, when they
Right.
caught him, he was kind of on the ground. I think he was kind of just letting it all sink in.
Did are the hamsters okay?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I
he
hope
was like
so.
fell to the ground, and then
And then there was another man arrested in Ohio for urinating on $500 worth of deli sandwiches.
Ohio, the new Florida, more at
maybe,
11.
according to this.
where are we
storyline.
going next week?
Ohio.
Sweet.
So there's a
Sweet.
shortage
Cleveland
on
Rats,
hamsters,
baby.
and stay away from the deli meat.
Go say hi to Drew Carey for me.
Well,
know.
Cleveland rocks.
no deli meat.
Is that the most famous Cleveland name?
Show?
No, just when you're like Cleveland, come up with one name.
I feel like I say Drew Carey just
Yeah.
because of the show.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Well, that would be
That-
Cincinnati.
That would. God, that goes.
Same-
that
same-
goes with your Triscuits.
Same.
Great show, though.
Great show.
Great show.
And I think it was
Turkey drop.
I think it actually might even. Very few things are before my time.
Yes.
I
For all
definitely
our time.
before your.
But I know
think,
it. It was on Nick
might,
at Night.
I think
so
I
know
might
it.
have been born right when that show
Yeah.
either was coming
Jim
off
Brown.
the
I was
air.
going to say sports heroes are what you think of.
Jim
but yeah,
Brown.
if you go outside
I guess you could
of the sports world.
say LeBron as well.
I mean, LeBron is kind of, a go-to for sure. If we're being honest, LeBron is number one.
Yeah.
I think of most notable Cleveland area celeb. of any kind.
It is.
Number 2, Drew Carey.
It is the home of rock and roll, right?
Well,
Didn't Huey Lewis? say
not
that?
really. I think it
Did he
was
have a
more of a
song?
like we.
Well,
want
Huey
that.
Lewis is from San Francisco.
Yeah, but he had a song that was
I mean, the Hall of Fame.
The heart
is
of
there.
rock and roll.
It's still beating.
It's still beating. Not from
Still
Cleveland.
beating. It's not, the heart of rock and roll is from Cleveland.
Is,
No,
is that it?
no, it's not.
That's not the lyrics.
Yeah, it is.
Son of a-
No, the heart of rock and roll is still beating.
No, I think it's in Cleveland.
It's in Cleveland. That's what Cleveland would like you to think. I think you need to look into that. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the whole like how did it get to Cleveland is mired in some controversy of like
No, it's from the Huey Lewis song.
they were trying to make the big like it's ours when in a way it's like maybe it should have been like St. Louis because they had the Blues and all that, so maybe it should have been there, but Cleveland came in last minute.
Have you been there? It's
to,
one of the,
to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
it's
Never
great.
Yeah, they say the heart of rock and roll is still beating.
No, the heart of rock and roll is in Cleveland.
Beat-town. That's how he says it. Beat-town.
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Well, he does say some cities. He says D.C., San Antonio, Liberty
sure he
Town,
says Cleveland.
Boston, Baton Rouge, Tulsa, Austin, Oklahoma City, Seattle, San Francisco, too. Everywhere there's music. Real live music bands with millions of styles.
You didn't say Cleveland in there at all?
Wait, no,
wait,
second.
there's more.
Oh, right here. But the heart of rock and roll is still beating in Cleveland, Detroit.
Look at
But
Heart of
see,
rock and roll.
also in Detroit.
Look at that. Wow.
It's also in Detroit, though.
Well,
Just-
You were halfway right.
I was pretty.
Detroit, I feel like also has a pretty good claim to like
Detroit
if you
Rock
put
City.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in there. We've got Motown, yeah, exactly.
Kiss made Detroit Rock
Right,
City, right?
There's a lot there.
ICP, Eminem,
Sure, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
So if you want to put it there, you've got a claim to fame.
32 Doug, or whatever the guy's name is.
Oh,
Remember Sauce
goodness.
told us?
Oh, yeah.
22 Doug, some rapper. 32 Doug, 41 Doug. All right, well, I think that's enough. We just got off on a crazy tangent, but it was fun talking to you guys. And for the 7 people that were live, I appreciate you guys in the chat. We're climbing. Maybe next week we'll have 10, and then maybe next week after that we'll have 15.
We're getting there.
People
We're
on the
working
podcast wouldn't
our way
have known. You could have basically went for the 70,000 people
Yeah, that's true.
who were
Could have
tuning in on our
Yeah, let's edit that out.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the 10,000 people that are in here watching.
No, 70,000. You got to shoot really high.
7,455.
So many people.
But check out mojobreak.com for your Chrome breaks. Also, 150box.com, 150box.com. Get in that big break, and if you're interested in that $500 coupon, I have a few left. So save $500 on a team in the 150 box this Friday. So insane lineup. So go check out that website and get in on that break, and we'll see you guys. I think next week we're going to do the hype a little early. So
Tuesday.
it probably maybe it'll be live. I don't know. We'll record it, but we're flying Wednesday, so we got to fly and
In an airplane.
In an airplane, yeah. And we'll see some of y'all in Cleveland next week, and if not, we'll have an early podcast, and we'll see you then. Peace.